So it looks like there was a little leak around the toilet flange. I mean, it's not horrible, but I can tell the wood is starting to go. It's a little soft in some areas. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it out and replace it with good wood, and also replace that toilet flange. As I finish my subfloor and plumbing repairs, I move on to my shower. Here I'm measuring out for the size of my shower. My most critical decision I had to make was the size I wanted for my enclosure. I plan on going with a glass enclosure and didn't want to spend too much money on custom cut glass. So I was searching for common sizes and ended up finding one at Home Depot. I also bought a 4-foot by 5-foot Coastie shower pan, which you'll see later in the video. This pan you can cut down to fit your space, and it's also tileable. I also had to remove more subfloor so I could center my plumbing for that new shower pan.
Just finished my second coat of ceiling paint, and I think it turned out really good. I am not a fan of texture, as y'all seen in my prior videos. I'll show you some right here. This is all knocked down. In the area I live in, every house and every wall is knocked down. So skim coating makes me feel a lot better. It's a lot more work, but in the end, I think it looks better. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think about knockdown or texture versus just level 5 smooth walls. I also got a new tool, an old Wind drywall sander. I don't know if I could have done it without that. I would have died. But it's actually pretty cheap on Amazon. I'll throw something up how much I paid for it. But this definitely helped out a lot, especially with the vacuum attachment. I didn't have to wear a mask or anything, and there was no dust whatsoever. So now that the ceiling's done, I'm going to put my 2 can lights in, and then I'm going to start probably on the flooring, which I'm pretty excited about. We're putting in heated floors. If you want me to go further into detail, like how I measured, I did 55 square feet, I think is what I got. But how I got to that number and what I got, the flooring system I got was around $600. So it's not cheap by any means. And you will also have to run a new line. I went with 120. You want a dedicated circuit for this system. I'm going to end up probably putting the thermostat right here where I put this hole. Luckily enough, it was very easy to run the line. And as you see, there's a roof right here and there's an attic below it. So in this attic, I was able to actually run my line. So it's going to be pretty easy to put in this heated floor. So I guess we'll just keep going on it.
Initially, I was thinking of making the shower pan curbless, that is flush with the rest of my bathroom floor, but decided to go with a curb. Here I am measuring out for my glass enclosure. I am measuring for the enclosure to be in the center of my 2x4s, while accounting for the walls and tile. I am measuring in the center just in case I am off by a bit. I have plenty of room to play with. So I'm trying to make sure it's perfect here so I don't have to use that extra room. As you will see throughout my video, before I tile over my subfloor, I'll be wetting it with a sponge to ensure the subfloor doesn't pull the moisture from my thin set. In the past, I have made my own shower pans using the dry mix method, and it is a lot of work. This pan is so easy to install with just thin set, and you just have to make sure your subfloor is level because the pan itself is pre-sloped. thought one 2x4 was going to be enough for my curb, but decided to add another one to give a little more height. That's because after adding the waterproof membrane and accounting for the tile, I thought it would be too short. Before I begin my heated floor installation, I'm installing the included device, which will alarm if a wire is broken during installation. I am also going to use my multimeter to attest the temperature sensor, but before I even got to that point, I thoroughly tested this in-floor heating system with my multimeter, just because once it's under the tile, there's no going back. This system is very easy to install in the waterproof membrane, and you can even pull the wire if you make a mistake, as you will see me do. The most important instruction is following the spacing for certain things like walls and toilets.
All right, I got my heated floors in, and I put in my waterproofing as well. I used the Curdy band, used the same mortar mix, and just did it over all the seams, and also got some over my curb now for the shower. What I'm doing now is I'm laying out my tile. I'm probably going to lay out all my tile before I mix the mud, that way I put it down a little quicker and I don't have to go up and down the stairs. For the heated floor, where it comes out of the wall, there's a bigger piece. I guess this is where they put the wires together. So I had to actually cut the membrane and set it down a little bit. There's still a little hump here. So I'm hoping the mud's gonna raise it up to make this tile sit flush. If it doesn't, I might have to grind the back of this tile for this. What I probably should have done, or I'll probably do in the future, is get a chisel and chisel out some of the subfloor to make this sit more flush. And it's the same over here. This one actually sat a lot flusher, but at the end of your heated floor, there's another splice that's a little thicker, but this one actually isn't as thick as the one in the beginning. So this one sits a lot flusher. But I wanted to put those each under the floor where it's gonna go under tile. That way if it heats up, the heat would disperse through the tile and the mortar and not be behind the wall or something where it can actually overheat and burn out. So what we'll do now is we'll keep cutting tile and setting it all out and then set my floor.
This first row of tiles is the most important to get right, and you will see I'll spend a lot of time measuring to ensure they are perfect. Even when I put the mortar down, you will see I will measure again, because if you are off by just a little bit, that other side of the room, you will tell the difference. I was able to tile majority of the bathroom on this day, so in a bit you will see me on the tile to finish the tile that I wasn't able to get to. So don't worry, that tile was not just laid. So if you're planning on laying tile, do not walk on it until the mortar is set. I am installing a preformed curtain niche on my back wall. I really didn't talk about the bathroom much prior to this project beginning. And as you see, those 2x4s in the wall are relatively new. The prior owner of this house had this renovation done, and this area used to be a window, as you see by the large header above. The wall that was there was also installed for the shower and vanity. As I had this drywall down, I'll also be installing backing for my curtain board, glass enclosure mounting, and shower fixtures. I installed my shower head just above 7 feet. I am 6'1" and find most shower heads are too low, and I think 7 foot is a perfect height for a shower head. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Am I wrong or do you agree? As I tiled the shower pan, you saw me take extra care to remove any mortar in between the tiles. Removing this mortar now is a lot easier to do than when it sets. Also, I am grouting this tile. That drain is covered in plastic, so don't worry about all the grout on it. As I finish this portion of the project, I wanted to thank you for watching, and again, please subscribe and follow along. You do not want to miss the final reveal.